Hello and welcome to the Red Dragon Archfiend test hand video. I'm just going to do some random test hands. I'm going to go through my combos and I'm going to go through my thought process while I'm playing out some of these hands. Let's get right to it. I've already shuffled the deck, but I am going to do one more shuffle on camera. Just a little. It's so hard. I'm hunching over such a ridiculous setup that could fall apart at any second, so forgive my poor shuffling, but this is not great. Let's just sit. So we draw Resonator Call, Witch Black Forest, Crimson Resonator, Witch Black Forest, Ascator Dawnwalker. This is a pretty good hand. This is a pretty solid hand. So, what we're going to do, let me just lay out all the cards. What we're going to do, first we're going to take the Resonator Call. We're going to activate the Resonator Call because we don't need this to go out, but it can bait an Ash Blossom. So we're going to Resonator Call. If they allow it to go through, we're just going to grab a Synchron Resonator. We are now going to activate the effect of Crimson Resonator, since we control no monsters to summon itself. And then we are going to normal summon Witch of the Black Forest. We are then going to use these to make the Red Rising Dragon. We are going to trigger the effect of Witch of the Black Forest, Chain Link 1, and it always has to be a Chain Link 1. Chain Link 2, Red Rising Dragon, to bring back the Crimson Resonator, so let's resolve that. Effect of which is going to search us. Where is it? Luna, the Dark Spirit. Oh, sorry, I think I just nudged the camera a little. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to activate the effect of Crimson Resonator. We're going to summon from deck Creation Resonator. And wherever it may be, Synchron Resonator. Since we have everything, I'm going to go for the full combo board with the most amount of possible interruption. So I'm going to go this and this. Creation Resonator and Red Rising Dragon into a Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Now, we're definitely in Nibiru range at the minute. We can't stop Nibiru with this deck, put simply. We can't really do it. So that's why this Ascator Dawnwalker is really handy in hand, because we can discard something, we can make a rank 8 with the Synchron Resonator, and then we can always get to at least one Abyss. So we're always going to end on an interruption, even if we get Nibiru'd. So now we're going to use these two. We're going to make our Bestial Dissipator. Going to activate the effects of Synchron Resonator in the graveyard. We're going to add back from graveyard the Creation Resonator to our hand. We are then going to special summon Luna the Dark Spirit by banishing our Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. I'm going to put it there so it's slightly more visible. And then we are going to synchro these two into another Red Rising, non once per turn. Ooh. Effect of Red Rising. We're going to bring back the Crimson Resonator. We're then just going to special summon the Synchron Resonator and the Creation Resonator from hand. And we are going to use all of these to summon the almighty Red Supernova Dragon. And then we're going to use the effect of Bestial Dissipator. We're going to summon back the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Now, we can use the Ascator Dawnwalker here if we really want, but there's no real point. Oh, sorry, for next turn we can also add back, we can use the effect of Synchron Resonator to add back a Resonator back to hand. In this situation, I think I'm just going to add back the Creation Resonator. I think it's best to keep the Eschator Dawnwalker for follow-up here. Because another interruption like Void Ogre Dragon, not only would it be a struggle to get all the cards out of our hand, but it needs a Dark Tuner, which you cannot achieve with Eschator Dawnwalker. So the best you can go into is like a Red Dragon Archfiend, maybe a Scarlight, and there's no point putting that on the board as well. So I reckon just keep it for next turn. We got the Witch for next turn. Next turn we can combo off, we can summon back 2 Resonators, summon the Witch, go into a Samsara, go into the 3rd Red Rising Dragon. Good stuff. So this is 1 Omni Negate, 1 Board Banish. This can be a pop or a negate, but it isn't quite live yet. It can only really be used after we use the Red Supernova Dragon. Because then we'll be able to banish a card our opponent controls, and then this negate will be live. Which just kind of suck about this hand, but it's pretty decent. Some decks will just lose to Red Supernova Dragon. So let me reset, and then we'll go into another. Going into the second test hand. I'm having technical difficulties here. My camera keeps overheating because it's a hot UK summer. So I am going to... It's a shit camera, to be fair. I'm going to cut that there. Put that around here. And we are going to draw a Synchron Resonator. Synchron Resonator. Luna. Resonator Call. Crimson. Ooh. That's not good. Now, unfortunately, yeah, we have bricked in this hand. We've drawn our 1 of level 4 that we cannot summon without something in the graveyard, and because we don't have access to links or anything, because we're locked into Dark Dragon Synchros most of the time and we don't play any, we can't get a Dark in the grave. Fortunately, this does just happen. Let's go into the next test hand. And we are going to draw for our next test hand. Crimson Witch. Well, that's a good start. Synchron Resonator. White Dragon Wyver Burster. And Chain Resonator. This is a great hand because this is going to showcase how the combos can go a little bit further. Now, actually, we get to do pretty much the same thing. Well, I'm just going to speed through this. Going to activate Crimson Resonator to summon itself. We're going to normal summon Witch of the Black Forest. Use these 2 for a Red Rising Dragon. We're going to use the effect on Red Rising Chainlink 1. Bring back Crimson. Chainlink 2, Witch of the Black Forest. Except now, we've already got the level 4 extender. That banishes from the grave as well. So, in this situation, I can grab any piece of interruption. I can grab an effect Veiler, or if you feel like it's better for the matchup, or because it does lock some decks out of the game, this is why we play the 1 of Droll and Lockbird. So now we get to end on a Droll and Lockbird as well. Sweet. Now we continue doing the combo with Crimson Resonator, summon out Creation, summon out wherever it may be. Synchron. We go... Ooh. These 2 into Abyss again. I am usually not this fast and loose with my cards, but I am trying to move quickly while hunching over this huge setup. You know what, I'll put a picture on screen. Anyway, we are going to go into Bestial Dissipator, effect to return Creation Resonator back to hand. Then going to use the effect of White Dragon Wyver Burster. And we're going to banish from grave. Banish from grave. Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Oh, hello. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? Cool. Banish that to summon that. We then get to synchro into a second Red Rising. Now the good thing is that for follow-up, or if you just want to banish a card to get a disruption, we can now, I'm going to chain link 2 the Red Rising to bring back the Crimson, and then chain link 1 of the White Dragon is going to search the Black Dragon. Whatever it may be. Here. Now, yeah. Here, after we do have actually got some options here. We can... If we want to make sure the... we can just summon out the Collapse Serpent. We can go into another Red Rising, which I'm not sure is actually the best idea to go into another Red Rising. We can save the Collapse Serpent for next turn. I mean, either way. So we can save the Collapse Serpent for next turn. So that we got a good extender. But we've only got the Abyss Banish, which we're about to summon back with Dissipator, so we're not going to have a card banished. So we can banish a Wyverburster, just summon out that guy. Just leave the Collapse Serpent on the field. This is why it would be good if there was a level 7, because we're going to be able to add a Creation Resonator back to hand. We're going to be able to summon it back. But for now, for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to summon out Creation and Synchron Resonator. I'm going to use those with Red Rising Dragon. And I'm going to go into Red Supernova Dragon. I'm going to activate the effect of Synchron Resonator in my grave, and I think I'm going to be adding the Creation Resonator back to hand again. I'm then going to trigger the effect of Dissipator, summon this back. So yeah, here we can banish the White Dragon in order to summon out the Black Dragon so that we have another card banished. Or, what we could have done is, while the Crimson Resonator was still on the field, we could have summoned out the Black Dragon by banishing the White Dragon, gone into another copy of Red Rising, summoned out the Creation Resonator because that's a non-once per turn special summon, and then gone into another Abyss, which it is a hard once per turn, so that wouldn't help. I guess it'll stop your Abyss from getting Kaiju'd, because you can only Kaiju one of them, but that's kind of up to you. I prefer to keep it in my hand for next turn. Anyway, next test hand we go. Okay, now onto our next test hand. I've already shuffled the deck. Let's see what I end up getting out. Chain Resonator. This is... Okay, I think we can make this work. It is a bit funky though. Okay, I think what we've always got to do, we've got to start off with the Ascator Dawnwalker, discarding the Luna the Dark Spirit to summon itself, and the Fire and Ascator. Summon both of those. And then we're going to just synchro these. We can go into a Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, we can go into a normal Red Dragon Archfiend. For the sake of the fact that I've got the Ghost Rare, I'm just going to go for a Red Dragon Archfiend. And then I am going to normal summon the Chain Resonator. Effect to summon out the Crimson Resonator. I'm going to go into... I'm going to use these two to go into the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. And now my Crimson Resonator effect is alive. And I do have a Chain Resonator engraved. Okay, so I'm going to decide what to do here. Special summon Synchron Resonator. And I am going to special summon Creation Resonator. Now, what do we have banished here? Yeah, I think the most simple solution, because we could go into a 10 here, and then we could use this, go into Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. I'm gonna synchro. I'm gonna use these. Go into Bestial Despair. I'm going to use the effect of Synchron Resonator in the graveyard to return Chain Resonator to my hand. I think that's a good follow-up for next turn. I am now going to Special Summon White Dragon Wyver Burster. I think by banishing the Synchron Resonator. Yeah. Okay, no, I've got this. And so now sync these two into Red Rising Dragon. Effect of Red Rising Dragon is going to be Chainlink 2. I'm going to do Wyver Burster Chainlink 1. So Chainlink 2, going to summon back out that. Wyver Burster Chainlink 1 is going to search our Collapse Serpent. I am now going to summon the Collapse Serpent, banishing the Wyver Burster, and then I'm going to use the Crimson Resonator and the Black Dragon, go into a Red Rising, the second Red Rising. Effect is going to bring back the Crimson again, and then I am going to use the effect of Bestial Despair. Let me just double check I can do that. One banish light or dark, special summon it. Yep. I'm going to special summon the Synchron Resonator back to my field. I'm then going to use the Synchron, the Crimson, and the Creation, and a Red Rising Dragon. Go into a Red Supernova Dragon. I'm going to use the effect of Synchron Resonator again because it is not a once per turn to return the Creation Resonator to my hand. And then I'm going to special summon Creation Resonator. And then I'm going to synchro with these into a second copy of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. And now we've taken what seemed to be a little bit of a stinker of a hand. But we've got an Effect Veiler, that's a negate. We've got an Omni Negate of cards on the field with Abyss. We've got the board banish with Red Supernova. Plus, we've got the Bestial Despair set up to do a pop by shuffling back in the Wyver Burster, or if our opponent banishes a card, or opponent has a card banished, that can also be a monster negate. So all around, this is pretty good board. I think this is just going to wrap up the combo video. I think I showed you 4 hands, roughly. One of them was brick, which is a shame, but this deck does occasionally brick. I think I've tried to absolutely minimise the amount of bricks, but it does very occasionally happen. You definitely will not be bricking that often. It's not a 1 in 4 brick, it's probably like a 1 in 8 kind of brick. Maybe, that's what I feel like it is. I mean, I could do more testing to find out, but yes, you will occasionally brick with this deck, which does suck. But anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure to, if you want to, you can like, you can comment, you can subscribe. Watch out. I should be doing a little live stream in a Master Duel. That's either gonna be on YouTube or Twitch. I haven't actually quite decided yet, but I'm gonna be doing that in the next week or so. And yeah, thanks again for watching. I'm going to be doing a Magical Musketeer deck profile if you're interested, so make sure to subscribe, put them notifications on, and yes, thanks for watching.